Alright guys, what is up? Bishop Beast here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Wi-Fi battle stuff. This match right here is against a guy from Smogon, and I'm using the same team as I used in the last battle. It's an OU-tier battle against this guy, and I gotta say, man, this team has been doing quite a good job for me lately. It's been winning me quite a lot of battles, but, you know, looking at this guy's team, he's got 3 water types. Now, if I would have brought an electric type to this team, then this guy would have had problems, because this guy looks like he's pretty weak to electric types, judging by his team. You know, Rotom is not weak to electric, but, you know, his Vaporeon and his Azumarill are both weak to electric, so should have probably brought an electric type. And besides, this team right here is also pretty weak to water types, because I don't really have that much to handle it, so yeah, the only thing that I could potentially use against him is with my Zoroark, because that thing has Grass Knot, and still that's unstab, and it still does not really do too much. But I think my Zoroark is, I think it's Life Orb, and it's pretty heavily invested in special attacks. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how this goes. So I see right away he leads off with the Rotom, and this is a bad matchup against my Weezing, because my Weezing is a physically defensive one, and it really doesn't work out in situations like this. So I'm gonna have to switch out of there into Licky Licky, which is my special wall, and he's gonna send in his Tracheon, which is obviously a bad matchup for me. I'm gonna have to send in Weezing again, as he just goes for the close combat. It's gonna do like nothing to Weezing, because this Weezing right here is a boss. So I think I'm actually going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, as he's got to set on his Rotom again, because this is just kind of a switching game right here. But I'm going to have to make a different move pretty soon, because this is eventually going to predict that, and you know, make a good play, maybe like go for the trick in case it's like Choice Guard or something. But it doesn't look like it's Choice Guard, because it does look like he's got the leftovers on this Rotom, so I don't have to worry about the trick. And I'm gonna go ahead and send in this Quagsire, and make a pretty bad move right here. I probably should have not sent a Quagsire at all, because I mean, this thing is kind of useless against this thing. I go for the Recover, because I don't think he would have the Will-O-Wisp. But I mean, what Rotom with leftovers does not have Will-O-Wisp? Like, I have not seen any Rotom out there that has leftovers that does not have Will-O-Wisp, but unless it's like some sort of substitute set. I'm gonna go for the Curse right here. I was predicting him to predict my Heatran switch, which he does not, and he just goes for the Willow. I should have just sent in Heatran right there. That would have been very beneficial on my part, and I could have just went for the Fire Blast, and it would have done a lot to anything, even his Vaporeon, because, you know, Vaporeon is really bulky, you know. So I'm gonna go to send a Licky Licky, and he's gonna send in his Fortress this turn, and this is not a this is not a good matchup for me at all, because that thing can just wall me and just set up spikes and stuff. So I'm gonna send Heatran, and I'm gonna predict to switch out into his Vaporeon or something, or his Azumarill for that reason, and I'm just gonna go for the Stealth Rocks, because might as well just get those up. And I know he has a Fortress on his team, which can easily just spin them away. But if I do manage to break his, well, actually, yeah, if the next time he sends it in, you know, his Sturdy is broken, then I can easily just finish it off with some sort of fire move if I make the right predictions. So he's gonna go for the superpower with his Azumarill, and it's gonna do quite a lot to my Weezing, even though this thing is resisted, or even though that's resisted on Weezing, and this thing has got quite a lot of physical defense investment. It still does quite a lot of damage, considering what I just said. So now I'm gonna set in Heatran again, because I don't want this guy to just set up all day on my face, and he's gonna set up one more layer of spikes, and I think I'm just gonna go for the Fire Blast this turn, as I think he's just gonna set his Vaporeon. I didn't want to predict. Fire Blast is not gonna do much at all, because Vaporeon pretty much walls it all day long. It does like absolutely nothing. So I was like thinking of this guy's using the special defense EVs on this thing, because most of the time Vaporeons are physically defensive, but I'm guessing this thing has got some sort of investment in special defense. So he's gonna roar me out of there into Heatran, which is not actually my Heatran, it's my Zoroark, and I just decided to go for the Grass Knot, because it's super effective, and I expected it to do a lot more, actually, to be quite honest with you, because I'm very heavily invested in special attack, I think, and I expected it to do a lot more, but it doesn't do that as much as I was hoping for. So I'm thinking this guy's got some sort of special defense investment on this thing. And look at this right here. He goes for the Scald, and even though it was a crit, I still think that did a lot of damage for a crit. Without a crit, it would have done 50% less, but still, that would have done a lot to me. And I don't know, really, that was quite a lot considering that was a crit. So I was thinking, like, is this guy using special attack EVs on this thing as well? And I was just really getting confused about this thing's EV spreads, because now my Quagsire is, or not Quagsire, but Licky is dead. And, you know, that's the only thing on my team that can go for the heal bell and just get rid of the burn damage on my Quagsire. And, I mean, it's really not looking good for me at all right here, because, I don't know, really, my Licky is dead, and I don't have shit against this Vaporeon pretty much, because, Vaporeon is just gotta sit here and just, you know, go for the Scald all day long, and I think he's gotta go for the Witch right here. I don't know why I sent a Quagsire right here. Just go for the Recover. I have no idea why I sent this thing out. I could have just potentially just went for the Curse or something. I don't know, really. That could have potentially worked, but this thing is burned, so I don't know really if it would have worked or not. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and send Weezing, and he's gonna roar me out of there into Quagsire again, which is not my Quagsire. Haha, if this guy would have noticed my Stealth Rock neutral, well, if this guy would have noticed that Stealth Rock was neutral against me, then, you know, he would have probably just stayed in there, and just, well, actually, this thing is not burned, so he kind of noticed that this was a Zoroark, so, never mind, I'm just gonna go for the Grass Knot, and, I don't know really why this guy stays in here, because it's pretty obvious that I do have the Flamethrower on my Zoroark, and it's gonna finish off his Fortress, so I'm gonna get some more Life Orb damage, and he's gonna send in his Azumarill this turn. I was like, okay, what can I do right here? I'm gonna send in Weezing, because you know, I can easily wall it with this thing, and I make a pretty bad play right here. I probably should have just went for the Sludge Bomb, because his Fortress is not dead, and Sludge Bomb would have done a pretty decent amount of damage, I think, pretty much. But I go for the Pain Split like a dumbass as he's sending his Rotom, and Rotom, I really don't have much against this Rotom, because I don't know really, my why do I keep saying Quagsire? My frickin' Licky is dead, and that's pretty much the only thing apart from Quagsire, because this thing does have quite a lot of special defense EVs. Apart from that, you know, I really don't have anything else to take on this thing unless, I don't know really, unless I sacrifice something instead of my Haxorus and then just go for the Earthquake, because I do have the Mold Breaker. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have to sacrifice something. I think I'm gonna set in my Haxorus this turn. I do have the Mold Breaker, which does ignore the Levitate, so therefore I can just go for the Earthquake without worrying about being locked into Outrage or something. So gonna go for the Earthquake. It's gonna take out the Rotom easily, and I got myself another KO. So it's gonna set it as a Azumarill this turn. It's gonna get some more Stealth Rock damage, which is great, and gonna switch out of there into Weezing again. I think this guy's gonna go for the Ice Punch or something. It's gonna do quite a lot to me actually, considering that, you know, this thing is pretty bulky, and I think I'm actually gonna go for the Pain Split this turn, predicting his switch out into his Vaporeon, because Vaporeon is pretty much the only thing on his team right now that can take on this Weezing. And yeah, right here, I was really just starting to think, what kind of EVs does this Vaporeon have? Because that Scald did quite a lot, and I was expecting this Sludge Bomb right here to kill it off after the burn damage, but no, he lives, and he finishes me off with the Scald. And I was like, what the hell? I was really confused at this point, because I did not know what kind of EVs this thing was running. It was really just confusing. So right here, I'm gonna send a Haxorus, and it just becomes pretty obvious at this point, because after Stealth Rocks, he still manages to live the Outrage coming from a Haxorus with base 147 attack. And this thing has max attack. I don't think it's Adamant, but it's Choice Scarf, max attack, and he still lives it. And he kills me with a superpower. Well, it was a crit, so it doesn't matter. This guy is using illegal EVs, alright? This guy's using more than 510 EVs in all stats, which is stupid because, I don't know really, otherwise he would have not been able to live that outrage. Unless he's running some sort of defensive Darmanitan, but Darmanitan has shitty ass defenses. I don't know really why he would run that, but yeah, I'm gonna go and send a Heatran, and this is pretty obvious right here, alright? I damage calc this, right? I should be able to live a choice banded adamant, huge power Aqua Jet coming from an Azumarill, which I actually end up doing, which is fair. But I go for the Earth Power, I damage calc that too, and it was at like 25%, right? But he still lives it, which makes it pretty obvious that it does have max attack, max special defense, and max HP. So this guy is clearly using some illegal EVs, which I don't like. I don't like that at all because I don't like playing around with that. It just makes the game unplayable, and I've been experiencing this a lot lately against people who are, I guess, I don't know, I'm not going to really judge anyone, but I'm guessing most of the time these people are new. I don't know really. I've been experiencing this a lot, and as soon as I like mention it in the chat, oh, this, are you using like more than 510 EVs in all sets in the chat and the Smogon, they just DC and leave. But as soon as I noticed, I decided to not say anything on the chat because otherwise he would have probably done the same. He would have DC'd and leaved or left. Sorry, my English is pretty terrible right now, but if he would have done that, or if I would have done that, he would have definitely done that, and that would have kind of sucked. But yeah, for those of you out there who do this, then please do not do this because it just ruins the experience for other people out there trying to, you know, do good in this game and stuff. And it's just not good. It's not fun at all to play around with. Just makes the game unplayable and no fun at all. And yeah, this was kind of a lesson to those of you guys out there who plan to play Pokemon or just does this in general. Do not do this. People will hate you. But if you do this, it's gonna eventually end up like this whenever you go on a chat or something. Oh hey, that's that guy used more than 510 EVs in all stats. Haha, you suck, you're a noob. Yeah, trust me, that's no fun at all. I've never experienced that, but, you know, I can tell from a glance that that's no fun at all to get hated on like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this battle, and I definitely hope you guys have learned something from this because this is ridiculous. I've been experiencing this a lot of times, and I'm not stupid. This is really easy to notice if someone does this. It's really just easy to notice, especially if you're a player like me who's been playing for quite a long time, and you know, it's easily noticeable, and people will hate you for that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this battle, and I will see you guys later. Peace.